Hello Taurus, and welcome to the Enlightened Path. I'm Ayana Nicole, and this is your mid-November to the end of November 2018 love reading. So this is Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and also if you've got Taurus paired with Venus, these messages may resonate. Okay, guys? So with love readings, I've been doing things a little bit differently. I want to get multiple messages because with love, so many people are going through so many different things, and that's what we're going to do. First card out, Five of Cups. So some of you could definitely be feeling some disappointment, okay? From now to the end of November. With the Five of Cups, this is the message to see what is in those two cups that are in front of you, okay? Even though the three that you're focusing on are no longer viable, some of you need to stop worrying or stop obsessing about what's happened and see how you can move forward, okay? Yeah, because it's restricting you. Eight of Swords. And this is usually what happens, guys, okay? So if you're in this energy, you restrict yourself. You create these barriers and these boundaries that are all in your mind because of where you're focusing, okay? This is about your emotions and your headspace, both being in a negative space. And seeing these two cards, for those of you where this is resonating for you in November, this is definitely a call to come out of this. And this is something you can get yourself out of simply by changing your perspective. So before we go any further, I want to see why these are popping up. And guys, don't worry if this is not your message. I am going to be pulling other messages. Some of you could definitely be in a space where there's been some confusion. I also hear dealing with someone that had multiple options, or there were other options, and that created some confusion. Some of you could definitely, and not wanting to wait anymore. If you were dealing with someone, so I'm feeling, for those that this is resonating, I'm definitely feeling water signs, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, and then earth signs as well. So like yourself, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, okay? You could just be in the space of no longer wanting to wait, no longer wanting to put in any more effort, or this is the person that you've been dealing with and it's been a disappointment, possibly because there could have been others here in the mix, or there was just too much confusion because someone had other options, okay? And maybe you're finding out about this now. So what is your advice as we go forward in November? One, for those of you where this is the message for you, your advice, three cards pop out and they all come up this way, right? So no more fighting about this situation, and also no more stalling. The Two of Rods is about forward movement, or at least thinking about the options that are in front of you. Some of you have just stalled, where you're not even thinking about the options that are in front of you or thinking about how to move forward. You're just kind of stuck. You need to come out of that, especially if this is, again, water energy with the Knight of Cups in reverse, where love has been taken off of the table. I feel like for those of you where this is definitely resonating in November, and I do not mean to be harsh, I'm just telling you how I feel it. It's time for you to stop looking at what's occurred and what you think you've lost, because all is not lost. When the Five of Cups comes up, this is a sign that all is not lost. It's just time for you to take your eyes and your focus off of what's happened and what's disappointed you and see what's still there and move towards those two cups, because there's happiness in those cups, okay? And there's some positive energy. This will get you unstuck. Also, for those of you that are stuck because you're in this mental space that's got you stuck, where I feel like some of you are like replaying over and over and over and over again, trying to figure out, well, why and how come I didn't. You're keeping yourself stuck if you're that person, okay? It's time for you to let it go, and it's time to move forward. The message here is, for whatever reason, this love was not worthy of you, okay? When you see him in reverse, taking back his cup, no longer offering, well, it's not being offered anymore because it wasn't for you. You know, you learn your lesson from it and you're supposed to be moving forward. This Five of Pentacles. So something definitely happened here. There was definitely some sort of devastation, some sort of upset. Even this feeling of being left out in the cold, which is definitely classic Five of Pentacles. No one is going to come and save you. You're going to have to pull yourself out of this. And the first way that you're going to be able to do this is the thoughts that you're allowing yourself to focus on. For some of you, you're going to have to simply let this go so that you can change your vibration, focus on those two cups, and grow what's in them to something even larger, okay? For some of you, focusing on those two cups will allow something in. Yeah. It'll allow the will to turn for you, okay? But this is not going to happen until you release. So yeah, the will is wanting to turn in your favor here. But I feel like if you're stuck in this space of negativity and mourning over what's happened, you could definitely be slowing this down. All right? Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is about moving towards stability, not only financially, but, you know, we see this often when it's about stabilizing emotions as well, grounding one's energy. You need to start to make those steps and take your time. Four of Cups. It's okay to be disappointed. But even with the Four of Cups, this person's not recognizing that a cup is being filled. You know, she's pouring into his cup. And because he's so discontent with all that has happened, he doesn't even see that a cup is being filled. So some of you are missing an opportunity here. The universe is trying to give you something, trying to steer you in the way of success and happiness and positive things flowing in. But guys, you've got to be open to this. And you can't be open to it, one, if you don't think it's ever going to happen for you. And two, if you are only focused on the fact that it hasn't happened in the way that you want it to happen, with who you want it to happen with, how you want it to, like, forget all that. Okay? You're going to have to let all of those restrictions, this restrictive energy that you're carrying, you're going to have to let all of that go. All right? So that you can allow these new blessings to come in. Okay, so what else do you guys need to know? Other messages for Taurus. We get the Three of Pentacles. Some of you guys are working on something here. You could be in school, working on certifications, working on building with others, possibly a Capricorn. I did see Capricorn and I saw Aquarius. Those have stood out. And then the Two of Rods pops up again. So you could be working on something and it's left something stagnant here. Some of you were supposed to be working towards something and there's been a period of stagnation and you're not putting in the effort that you should be putting in. Why? Why? We see Judgment and we see the Star in reverse. So someone has made a decision in your lives. For those of you where someone has made a decision to not couple or not to come back, And this is something that you weren't desiring, possibly with an Aquarius. The star is in reverse here. So this is about something not being granted. Something that you possibly, not even possibly, you definitely wanted. It could be slowing you up. The message here is, please do not allow whatever has happened where someone has not chosen you, or someone has chosen a different path that does not involve you right now. Please do not allow that to put a pause to what you're working on, especially when it comes to finance, okay? Taurus, this is your energy when we see these pentacles. So we see the 3 of Pentacles where you were working, and then we see the 8 of Pentacles with the 2 of Rods, where there's this stagnation, where you're not even focused on this forward movement, on building this success. This has caused you to take a step back, possibly at work where you're not performing as well. For those of you that own your own businesses, you're not putting in the hours and the time that you need to because of whatever decision was made here with this Judgment. It was a decision that you didn't want because the star is in reverse. Again, some of you could be dealing with an Aquarius. I did see Temperance, and Temperance is the card of Sagittarius, but Temperance is also about balance. So Taurus, if either one of these messages are resonating, I'm going to tell you this. November is going to need for you to start to balance your head and your heart, okay? Think about what you're thinking. I said it just that way. Be conscious of what you are allowing to brew and manifest in your minds, and also be conscious about the vibrations that you're allowing yourself to sit in, okay? Sometimes it really is just, it is just what it is. And you obsessing about it will not change it. And I don't mean to be harsh, but this is the way that it's coming through to me. Someone needs it. Someone needs it to be said the way that I'm saying it. Okay. So that you can snap out of this and move towards the blessings that are trying to come into your life. And also build what it was that you were focusing on before you got distracted by someone else's choices. Okay. I'm going to take one more message for you guys. One more message for Taurus. Way too many. Okay. I'm going to take what I see, what I saw. Fire energy here. Some of you could be dealing with a fire sign. If there's been a lot of conflict or someone it just feels like a very heavy situation. This could definitely be something that's going through an ending. We do have the Death card with Scorpio, as well as the 7 of Rods and the 10 of Rods. For those of you that feel like you are going through a fire, going through a death with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, where this has been a very heavy situation and there's some sort of stubbornness between you and this person. Either you are standing your ground and you've got your wall up, or they're standing their ground and they've got their wall up. I want you to know that this is a transition. Okay, I have to pick up what just flew across the room. I want you to know that there's a transition that's happening here. It's not a death, okay? This is not the end. And I'm going to show you what just flew across the room so that you understand what I'm saying. Give me 1 second. Get the Page of Cups. So I definitely feel as though an apology will be made, even though there's some stubbornness. Now, look, when this apology comes in, look what pops out with it. You get the Ace of Rods. Again, fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This thing that feels like this could be the end, I need, in the month of November, I need for you to be patient, and I need for you to allow this cycle to do whatever it needs to do. Because this is not meant to be an end. It's meant to be a transition where someone humbles themselves, comes through, and when the apology is offered or when the white flag is waved, there's a new beginning here for you, okay? So guys, these are the messages that I have for Taurus for the middle of November to the end of November. Sorry, guys. Again, this is Taurus sun, moon, and rising, and also if you have Venus. If your messages were not here, check your other signs. If you don't know what your signs are, I always leave the link to Cafe Astrology in the description box. Also, guys, the 10-day sale is on. It's been on since the 11th. It will stay on until the 21st. Right now, you can get the Lovers reading for $10 off. And you can also get the 1-hour 10-card clarity reading with me for $15 off for the next 8 days. I think we have eight more days left. So I did post a video with all of the directions and all the information that you'll need. You can find that in the video section of this channel. You can also email me at pathtarot@gmail.com. That's path tarot, or tarot, as some of you like to say, at gmail.com. Taurus, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon with your mid-month general readings, and we'll see how you're doing there.